heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun. It's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram beef.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your herbs and teas at herbsofmyaunt.com, my aunt's sons, Divine and Prepare, the tea of teas. And for your musical stylings, be sure to check out bhbaymusic.com. And for your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morrisachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Khari Goodman Bey. Peace, 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 Sheik.
Peace, peace, peace.
YouTube.
Oh, there you
Peace
go.
to everybody on TikTok. That's peace to the world. Peace to the world. If y'all didn't get a chance to join us this morning for our workout, y'all missed a treat. My noble Mufti Malik, every Saturday and Sunday we do our workout. So like I say, man, y'all missing a treat. If you like to work out, if you like to, get your body right, get your mind right, you guys more than welcome to join us.
Islam.
But, with that being said, Malik, would you just share with them what we do every Saturday and Sunday? Well, give us our Morris American prayer first, and then can you just break it down for the people?
Absolutely. Every Saturday and Sunday, we get together right on this platform, and we get our mind, body, spirit in line to begin the day for the week or in the week, right? Because Sunday's the beginning of the week, Saturday's the end of the week. So we begin and end with the workout. We start at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, make a time according to adjust for your time zone. And we get it in. We do. And it's wonderful. It's the 3 C's: commitment, communication, and consistency. To yourself, not to me or anybody else. Right?
Islam.
So with that, then we're going to say hi to Laura Bell. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah, we get it in. We have a good time. We make it fun, right? But take it seriously. We make it fun, but take it seriously. So that's what we do. But right now, I'm going to give us some Morris American prayer. Science and the essence. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation. By night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Ashay, Shalom, Balakim, Ash'ar, Islamism. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace.
And Brian, you going to give us our aims, Noble?
Peace, peace.
Peace, Empress.
Peace.
Islam, man, my pleasure. So, scientific study will illuminate the student that Yahweh, our Elohim, God, the creator of the stellar and ecclesiastical universe, has stipulated in all Bibles, regardless of the translation, a pattern that he, Yahweh Elohim, gave Moses in Mount Sinai in the year 1490 BBY, erroneously referred to as BC. It is by a profound knowledge of the construction and operation of this divine pattern of the Mosaic tabernacle in relationship to every created object in the universe, whether visible or invisible, that will reveal the answer to every question concerning Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua the Messiah as he really is and his eternal purpose and plan. The Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School is not just a church, but a school of research founded with the idea in mind to delve into every branch of science according to the pattern of the tabernacle, man made in the image of God, to find the answer to every question that has plagued the student from the foundation of the world, thus proving the unerring accuracy and infallibility of the Bible. In research and study, we always use the true Hebrew names of the unity of the Spirit of the so-called Godhead. Instead of the title God as the Father's name, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ as the Word or Son's name, we are using Elohim, which is the correct Hebrew title of the Father, Yahweh, in super and corporal form. For the Holy Spirit, which is Yahweh Elohim, manifested in a physical body, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahshua the Messiah. These holy names may seem to be of private interpretation, but which we, the Burning Bush Tabernacle, have invented, but through research and study with a good encyclopedia or dictionary, anyone can discover for themselves of this great error. There was no letter J in any language until the Middle Ages. Neither was there ever a letter equivalent to the J in the Hebrew language. Therefore, such names as Jesus or Jehovah are impossible renderings of the true name of the Father and Son. Here at the BBT, our aims are as follows. 1. To illuminate the student to find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and exists. 2. To form a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity in Yahshua the Messiah without distinction of race or nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. 3. To investigate the unexplained spirit law or so-called law of nature and those powers latent in man. 4. To encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religions, psychology, philosophy, modern practical, and occult sciences. 5. To remove spookism, superstition, skepticism, and ignorance. 6. To learn, know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. 7. To discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer, the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan, and his demons operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. Aim 8. To earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith which was once delivered to the sons or children of Yahweh. Aim 9. To make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained there is no other name given among men whereby man can be saved, saving the name Yahshua the Messiah. And last but not least, aim 10. To inherit eternal life now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah with the hope of immortal glorification in the new earth state. And with that, I say Islam, amen, and peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace. All my Muftis, Dantes, everybody that's in the house, everybody that's in the house. Peace, Empress.
All you nobles, peace, Sheik Bay.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, Empress Rashawn.
What's going on, tribe?
Another beautiful Sunday, ready to get this spiritual education, also ready to receive these spiritual endowments.
Islam to that.
Hey, Noble Brian.
Yes, sir.
First off, I'm gonna let you know that I'm coming for real.
That's right. Islam.
Right.
This ain't no playboy.
We mess with the real. Peace and love. But man, I was sharing something with one of my friends, actually a friend of my mother's. Because like I said, I've been having the pleasure to go to these elementary schools and do this work. And I said, it's going to be beautiful when y'all see babies with turbans and fezzes on, when y'all see this influence that's happening. You know, I got 2 young men already purchasing feathers, mothering them in the science. Like the Moore Science Temple of America is on ML King. Why don't be open? This, not, and the other. We grew up and showing me pictures. She like, but we found you. And when people find you, they shouldn't be burying you. They should be putting you up on the shoulders, this, not, and the other. So I just give gratitude to people knowing my voice, especially being back in my city of Flint. It's an honor. But if y'all follow me on social media and on Instagram and y'all see the pictures I'll be posting, and y'all saw that picture that I showed of Rabbi Ford in a turban, that's Rabbi Ford in a turban, and I showed y'all that turbans were commonly used in the black churches.
That's right.
And it signified the mystical East when used by black religious magical workers. And then this same brother right here is Ab Allah, the Ethiopian rabbi that taught Neville Goddard.
Yep.
Research what I'm telling you. Just do a Google search, say Ab Allah, Neville Goddard's Ethiopian rabbi, and you're gonna see this brother. You're gonna see this brother. And in the same piece of wisdom in the chosen ones, you're gonna see Rabbi Mordecai in front of the Mor Zion's temple of the Jews. You know, with his turban on, with the fez on, with the talent. When I say nobody put a cap on the BBT wisdom, not here. We are culture. So with that being said, man, I give honors to all the laws and the prophets in the flesh, because how are we going to say we respect those that we haven't seen, but don't give respect to those in the flesh? And we don't understand archetypes. We us as people, we just individuals that God, or whatever you want to call it, gave it divine wisdom and gave it divine understanding in that vessel to come deliver a message for a group of people. As I tell all my brothers and sisters, this science is not used for after the flesh is gone, because when the flesh is gone is when the flesh is gone. No one went to heaven in true science and told you this and came back in that. We all have read the Lord's Prayer, and it says you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. Am I right or am I wrong about it?
Correct the mundo.
So if that's the case, we're supposed to be using this for power. And once we get into the know, then we make a change. We support it. That's the only way movements happen. Movements don't happen without you and I. Movements don't happen without people being involved and sharing it and with a little resources. That's vibration. That's currency. We don't have to beg for nothing. Remember, I talk about entities. The only thing we own is what we create. I'm talking civics. I hope y'all hear me when I talk in the spirit. The only thing we own is what we create. Now, what are we creating? What entities are we creating per se? So the entity that we should understand first is what? Ourselves. All the other stuff is irrelevant. When you understand, you will be able to understand the other things. You'll be able to talk to people without a religious dogmatic perspective and deal with the essence, understanding. So we're going to deal with understanding in this symbology of water and the symbology of water and all these different manifestations that we can get from these simple tools in the toolbox. So we're going to talk about it a little bit. Anybody can add what they want to, because here we are school. And here we doing lectures and we doing teachings of understanding. That's what we do here. Because a lot of people have difficulty with the word or concept of God, especially when they say they are a form of something that they don't believe in the sky God. And I understand that. I understand that. We're not talking about that. But the main focus in this wisdom is water. When I talk to people that don't believe in nothing, when they say, well, you just in the depth, I agree with what you're talking about, because you're talking about sustainability or the essence. I talked about this yesterday in the science. The Verl, what? The sustainability that gives everything life. And the more that the student understands the concept of water, the more difficult you will find it to deny the existence of the creator, of the God essence per se. When you think about the topic of what I'm about to break down, about the sign and the symbology of water and crystals, and you look at the crystal photographs that's found, if my noble gonna put the book up, if he can show it, if he have the time. You know, as I get to, okay, as I get to going through things, I'm not a gatekeeper. It's a lot of things that I have access to, that I've lectured. You know, a lot of things been on PBS before that you can research, but a lot of stuff is not introduced to our people, and we're not in the know. And we can't take these things and show you how everything that's has creation has life. When we talk about positive vibration, and when you say what, man? When my noble Malik can say, oh, the vibration ain't right. How? Because the words that people use, the words that you use create spells. If we freeze these words, as we're going to show, if we show this stuff, what the positive and what the negative will create, that's what creates within. That's why the prophet always said, anything you do, stay connected to what? Water.
Come on.
It's not just saying drinking water. I hope you understand that. But we talk about this purifying water, this resurrection water, this water. It's all in the biblical scriptures. If you have clear understanding, I told people, the only people that diss the biblical scriptures is because they taught wrong. They're not Gnostics. They're not esoterics. They're not part of the way. They take things and in one context because they've been taught wrong. And it's based off tradition. And we breaking the spell. So let's proceed. When we talk about these things, and when we talk about water and the marvelous things that this water can do, we give people the opportunity to open up the chamber of your understanding. We give people the opportunity to say, let me get my tea, let me sit back, let me have reason. You know? I always ask people before you can even deal with any science, when I deal with the mental, I say, are you happy? They be like, well, what that have to do with anything? It has a lot to do with it when you're dealing with me. Because if you're not happy and Allah, God, Buddha, etc. is not in your heart, man, it's some work that need to be done. If you're not in the level of peace, I can't operate like that. Why? Because I smell it like a person that's overindulged.
Islam.
What I'm saying is your definition of happiness will depend upon who you are. But do you have a sense of peace in your heart, a feeling of security about your future, about where you're at right now? Or are you counting time? Or are you working in your progress? Are you linking up? Are you doing these things? Instead of waiting for everybody to do something and saying, oh, well, we the change. We the change unit. And we be proud about what we're doing. We be proud about giving to something that we know can manifest something beautiful. It's on us. And a feeling of anticipation when you wake up in the morning. If we can call this happiness, then would you say that at this moment you are happy? Some people will say no. A lot of people you dealing with in relationships, they'll be like, no. And I say, that's a problem, because I am. I had to understand this. This is years of work. I wake up with joy every day. My vessel is full of joy. I'm not saying sorrow don't come early in the morning, but right after sorrow, I have joy because I understand. Why? Because when you understand life, when you get to that level of Buddha, of peace, you live in the moment. We understand. So life should be enjoyed and understood on the level of peace. A lot of people should say yes. A lot of people are unable to say their life is everything that they hoped it would be, because you're basing it on what? Conditions. Like Noble Malik said, you right where you're supposed to be. Now, if you got every bone in you, you got opportunity, now you need to link up. You need to link up. We talk about scars, scabs, and wounds. Everybody been through something. So I'm saying, if that's the case, what's going on in the world that prevents so many people from simply being happy? You see? Yes. People don't even really look at the word chaos when you think all these things is outside. Remember, I told you I don't gravitate to nothing outside where I miss the essence of the rest. So when I'm using code words like chaos, and when I talk in the spirit, because we're talking in the spirit, this chaos is caused from within. Doubt, unsureness,
guilt,
yes,
regrets.
yes, yes.
Good one, bro. Good one.
My mom used to always talk about when people say they're artists and they love music and they talk about you ain't got no record deal. You are the record deal. You are the record deal. You can get on the road. You can be the best as you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. Now, why? Because your likeness and your name and social media, you see how things evolve. You can be as creative as you want. Right where? Right in the middle of your house.
Islam.
Indicative of the unorganized matter that exists before the creation of the cosmos. Think about what I'm saying here when people say, man, Sheik, not only are you doing the good in the world, but the wisdom and the education, the consistency, the stick-to-itness. We're supposed to be taking this somewhere. If others did it, man, this is a blueprint. What? For we could take a little piece of what we have collectively, we can have something. How? We can put our insignia on it. This is what I'm saying. Collectively, what makes others better than what we're doing right here? Nothing but people coming together with one sound voice of understanding and wisdom. We need education. We need wisdom. We need synchronicity. We need this type of science of understanding, not dissing anything, but having clear understanding so we can use these things to stand up and arise. That's what kumbaya really means. Not come by here. Come by here and do what? You can't tell me. The kum, the ba, and the ya, stand up and arise. We must be willing and feel okay and not to be afraid to stand up and arise. Based off what? Truth. And truth has no sides. The people, I base my understanding on what you understand. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. What does it say? Prove all things. Oh, yes, mother, exactly. And this is my mother on here when I say
good.
That which is good. You can put a stamp on what I'm saying. And simply by going about our lives, we find ourselves worn out and fatigued. But how can we give ourselves that resuscitation? Because we're getting caught up in all this stuff. We're getting caught up with what the pink man's saying all day. I tell people, most of our people don't really know about what's going on, because when I ask about law and policy, when I ask what's really going on and agendas, a person in their right mind, they can't really tell me nothing. So if that's the case, what I'm saying is something more important. What we doing as a collective? Because when it's collective, then you have a mission, then you have a fight, then you have a political fight on what? Anything, because you are a group of people. Understand what I'm saying? Lawfully.
Then you have a vehicle.
Yes. Come on, Malik. That's why I said the source of our problems seems numerous and overwhelming, but it's not. If I said I've been through the fire, y'all, and I got the keys, I wouldn't be saying that just because. I'm telling you, all I need is the people. Lawfully, we can do amazing things. Why? Because it's already written. Watch this. This is likely that the fact of life, no matter where in the world we may proceed, where we may go, this tiny planet of ours is covered with what? Economic conflict, domestic discord, ethnic prejudice, environmental distress, religious wars, and every other type of problem. Imagine
with water.
Oh yeah, we finna hit them, and all this bad stuff, suffering. People enjoy the suffering. We get rich, all in this chaos. What's the cause of it? What's the cause of all this?
Confusion.
Yes, stagnation. Remember water. Remember what we said, vibrations. As we get into the meat and the potatoes of this text, Noble Malik, can you pull the page? I say I want to get to because I want people to see this, because we give it a beautiful demo. We're going to give a beautiful demonstration today. Go to I start at chapter 1, and so you'll follow me. So when I get to the part of the symbology of the crystal, you will know where to get to. Okay, so you can stay right in the beginning, and I'll tell you where to go so everyone can see what we're saying. Islam.
Islam.
Gratitude.
Islam.
Gratitude,
Islam.
brothers. And if anybody want to join me with this reading, because my mother is here, man, and I'm a stickler of words. I love to hear other people read. That's something about science and about understanding that I like to teach our kids, to be orators, to be able to explain how they feel, to be able to write things down, to be able to think about things, then put them in words, and stand up in front of people to eloquently explain exactly what's on their mind. This is another skill. This is another tool in the toolbox that we might take for granted. How I know this, my mother can tell you. She on here because in academia, a lot of classes we have when we have to present our papers and business classes, our capstones, a lot of people was afraid to speak in front of the class. Not me. It was honing my skills as what I was doing as a leader, as a minister, doing what I'm doing now. And when you're sure of what you're doing, you tell the world. You'll get a bullhorn. Why? Because we are imparting wisdom and understanding. Wisdom and understanding is universal. So, understanding the fact that we are essentially water. Water. Water is the key to uncovering the mysteries of the universe. And if you re-examine the world around you from this new perspective, you will start to see things as you have never seen them before. Remember, y'all, it's only two spirits. It's only one eye. It's only one science. You must see these things. A map and a guide gets you there to understand the signs and the symbols, to understand the vibrations. What's wrong with having a map and a guide? How can anybody know anything unless they be introduced to it? And if you was born with it, you were still introduced to it. Why? Because that comes from your elders. That comes from your family. The various events that unfold throughout a person's life are events reflected in the water. All of us, the individual, society, make up one enormous ocean. Remember, we are connected by adding our individual drops to this small ocean. We participate in the formation of society. Think about what I'm saying. We talk about water and what it has for us. Think about this creation. We show y'all these photos of the ice crystals. I'm setting a precedent. And this act was only a small drop, but it created a ripple. You know, we talk about a ripple, a small word, a small spark, like the city of Flint. All I need is just a spark, as my professors say, as my family say, a spark. You can change this whole movement. That ripple, that resulted in an ever-expanding wave that had enormous impact on not only individuals' lives, but on my life and on my mufti's lives and on the people that I bring this wisdom to, that understand. You know?
Islam.
And the lives of a plethora of others. So when I bring wisdom, when I bring things to put in the toolbox, when I say, okay, here go tools, here go tools, here go tools, and you start seeing wisdom, you start seeing synchronicity. We get into a higher level of understanding. Watch this. We understand that many people were impressed by the effects that the energy of human consciousness and words have on the formation of ice crystals, despite the fact that this idea that words and thoughts have the power to change water and other substances may certainly seem like far out religion or philosophy. But watch what I show you, y'all. I'm gonna introduce you only a small portion of some photographs that was taken by the author. So I'm going to include the works of The Message of Water, and some of the second collection of photographs are called The Messages of Water, Part 2. And other photographs were taken especially for this piece of wisdom. I like to call it this piece of science. And you will see the effect that words, photographs, and music can have on water. So we're going to show words to water. And in this demonstration, as Noble Malik can pull up, what was done is they wrapped a piece of paper with the word typed on it around a bottle of water. They wrapped a piece of paper with words typed on it around a bottle of water. Now, when you see, look at this crystal. Look at this crystal. When you see this, when you see the beauty in this crystal, when I talk about words have vibration, when I say, man, I accept no negative vibration, no negative words is going to come around with me. Love and gratitude Look at the crystal formation. The crystal is a perfect as can be. This indicates that love and gratitude are fundamental to the phenomena of life in all of nature. Love and gratitude. What Malik always say, gratitude. What we always say, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Gratitude, love. You know, you see, that's the symbology of the crystal. You know, everything has a symbology. When you see the second one, pull up the second one. That's the second one. It's gonna, that right there is Japanese, is thank you. And we show words meaning thank you in different languages, always resulting in crystals that were beautiful and complete. All the beautiful words of the crystals, they were beautiful and complete. When you see thank you in English, look how beautiful and complete. Thank you in Chinese, look at the symbology. Look how almost it's the same. We saying it in English and in Chinese. We didn't change. We don't got no Chinese water. We don't have no Chinese or no English, no English water, no Chinese water. Same thing. We using different words wrapped in this, and look at the symbology and almost the synchronicity and the similarities of both of the symbology. Look at it in German, dank. When we say that word thank, when we say dank in German, when we say sprechen die Deutsch. When we say in French, merci. Look at all the symbology, my brothers and sisters.
And that speaks volumes to the intention behind the word as well.
Speak on it, Nova.
Because none of these words would necessarily sound the same, but they are getting a similar result. You know what I'm saying? So the intent behind the word thank you alone, you know what I'm saying, from the person who's showing gratitude actually has a part to play.
Islam, Nova Brian, very beautifully spoken and said. It's an imprint. It's a vibration. Thank you in Korean. As Noble continue to go page up. Grazie in Italian. And then when you go up to the next one, now it looks like you food in Japanese. Look at it. Look at what starts happening. Look at what started happening. You fool in English. Go up. Look at what it started happening. It started looking like some type of tsunami. And then you fool in English. Look like fire just bursting and everything. Things just broken apart. And then you make me sick. I will kill you in Japanese. Now look at this figure. That's why when I tell everybody, just like I'm on my other platform, you said, man, I already done sent you donations. I need everything you got, all those books, and please help me teach my kids. I'm sorry, y'all, but Islam, I love you too, fam. But when you see what this does, look at that. It looked like a person with a gun. And when the words that indicate harm to humans were shown to water, no crystals formed. It even appears that the words, you make me sick, created the shape of a man with a glizzock in his hand. If Noble Malik can blow that up, so it's there for you to see with your eyes. So when we go to angel in Japanese, look at the beautiful connection. Look how things start, all the beautiful symbology. When you see Satan in Japanese, look what you see. You see something in the middle. You see a lot of the things that's together, but similar, but not the same. Because the word angel resulted in a ring of small crystals linked together, while the word Satan formed a crystal with a dark lump in the center, as if ready to attack. You have to see these things with the eye. When we say, let's do it, let's do it. Like MC Hammer would say, let's get it started. Look at the crystal shape. When you say do it in Japanese, let's do it creates a lovely shape. While do it, remember, do it, what you mean? Do it is a force. Remember, a similar but not the same. Duality. If you catching what I'm saying, let's do it creates a love shape. Let's do it. That's including its variables. I'm adding myself, not like do it yourself or I'm giving you direct orders. It creates a crystal similar to that created by the word Satan. Are you catching me? Are y'all following me?
It's on.
Okay. The morning star, the bright morning star. And Lucifer, we could talk about the symbology, but that's deeper. This might indicate that force and commands are alien to the principles of nature. Remember, like Noble Malik said, the sun just do what it just does. My homie said, Sheik, you just the sun. It don't matter if you burn somebody up or if you make it warm. It's on them how they get it. Why? Because they got to be right. You just do what you're supposed to do. Be the sun, and we give homage to the sun. Man, I was like, man, gratitude. Like, you ain't got to do nothing else, Sheik. I'm sorry. In Japanese, look at the crystal, and then it's kind of distorted just a little bit. It's going to show things because this shows what a simple I'm sorry can result in. Perhaps the reason the crystal is blurred a little bit is because a simple I'm sorry can sound more sincere than a more elaborate apology. Think about what I'm saying. As Malik was saying, he's gonna keep it simple. How? Because he could talk about building a pillow, but he is the pillow. He's showing you to get in, and he can show you how to be this perfect pillow. Why? Because you're looking at the pillow. He gonna get you there. No, Malik, you still there with the symbology, Noble? Because you took it off. Noble Malik be in his own world. No, but Brian Malik, y'all, the symbology came off. I don't know if my brother still, I don't know what they doing. But it shows what the crystal can represent. It shows that. You can see that. So I don't know. No, but Brian, is anybody there?
Lost
Anybody
my
home?
audio.
You lost your audio? I think that's on my Noble Malik. He probably doing 13,000 things at one time.
No, I'm here. That was Brian. Oh, Brian fell off?
I don't know what happened.
Oh.
But the pictures, but the pictures had left off. Brian, the one that had the pictures up on there.
Yeah, he did. Hold on, let me see if I can add it real quick.
Okay, we only got a little bit more, and we out of here.
All right.
Yep, I want to show this last pictorial, as brothers and sisters can see the synchronicity. When Noble Malik was saying, we not just when we say church, we don't mean church per se. Church as the people are the church, the gathering of people. We are the church.
That's
we
right.
come and go. So we can't be afraid to use words. Because when I say church, when I do it in a crystal, it's gonna put out something beautiful. It's because remember, when I say church, it's just like we can do it, let's do it. It's involving something. And so when I do it, when I wrap that around water, it's gonna show a beautiful symbology because it's involving a collective of people. It's involving a body. And this is what
Something happened to the sound.
Can you hear still? Malik, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
I think mom said she couldn't hear. I don't know if something happened with the sound or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I can hear you. Loud and clear. Let me see and go online, see if I can hear you.
Okay. But if you can pull the book up, Noble Malik, if not, that's okay. I'll wrap it up,
Messages in water.
But we have to understand this and this importance of water and understand the esoteric science of the biblical scriptures when we're talking in this context. Because everything I speak on is for power, you know? And I want us to understand that. You know, everybody in here, you know, everything that I have a full library. I don't want to, like I said, I don't like to use words that's in a negative context, but I say we have everything for the people. Any research you need, ebooks, I give things to people for small donations. And it's part of our organization in school. And when I say suggested donations, everyone can get a tax-exempt receipt because this is donations to our temple and school. I sell nothing. I want you to have it. Just like when we get our brick and mortar and you a member and you donate and you want regalia like turbans and fezzes and tunics and books and stuff like that, you're going to be able to come. Why? Because you're part of this. And so that's what this is about, you know, and that's what I'm about. What? Open all wisdom up, teaching history, teaching science, teaching tax codes. That's one thing we need to understand. Me and my mother was talking about that today. Oh, he got the crystals back up. But me and my mother, yeah, but we was talking about that today, about our people don't understand about tax code and donating and getting a tax-exempt receipt so infrastructure can be built. So when you go to the part of wisdom, if you can get to, I showed you I'm sorry. I think he was at I'm sorry. And then you get to the part of wisdom in Japanese. And you see how beautiful that wisdom is in English, wisdom in German, and see how all of them are similar. All of them are almost the same. All of them are almost the same. Is it ironic? No. Is it osmosis? No. Think about what I'm saying. You know, that's the creator. So when people say they don't believe in this and that and the other, I said, I'm not going to get into the essence you may think. But sometimes you have to be slow to speak. Sometimes you have to be slow to speak. And when a teacher is teaching and when your brother is speaking, you give homage and you give understanding. Why? Because we do it with everything else. And why shouldn't we? We should. Because when people talk about elders and all this, well, how do you think people become elders? How do you think people like myself become elders? We don't become an elder once we get all old and gray. We be elders from the body of work that we're doing. We become elders at the age I am now. I'm an elder. I'm a sheik. I'm a shaman. I'm a medicine man. Wisdom in German. You see this. The word wisdom in various languages created beautifully formed crystals. This may indicate that wisdom is a basic principle of all nature throughout the world. What? So if that's the case, it's universal. The Bible speaks of this. Seek wisdom. Sophia is the female counterpart of wisdom. Where? In your biblical scripture. We're going to give a little bit more to show you how elementary this can get. This was a test conducted at an elementary school. It's some photographs. It's some photograph taken after children at a Japanese elementary school spoke to the water, and also one photograph of water that was ignored. So when you look at these things, when you look at you're cute, you a fool, you're going to see, yes, you're going to see the children said different things to different battles. After children at a Japanese can somebody mute that? I can hear myself. To the water, and also one photograph of water. Thank you. But the children said different things to different bottles of water. And when the children said, you're cute, to the water, cute crystals form. But you a fool had the opposite effect. Remember when we talk about words, that's the simple words, that's the simple vibrations can change the paradigm of everything. Just imagine these words to a child at a young age. And when the children said, you're beautiful, a few times, we talk about mantras. These are mantras. Everybody think mantras got to be something so difficult, so complex. Okay. when the children said, "You're beautiful," several times. Look at the symbol out. Look at the symbology. Look at the crystals. When the water was ignored, and when the water was told, "You're beautiful," several times, it resulted in crystals more well formed than when the water was only told this a few times. It's got to be something so difficult, so complex. Okay. Because the more and more you tell something like that, you convince it that it can actually become that, or it's already that. And the crystal form by the ignored water was the least complete. You see? Remember, I tell you, everything is above is below. When I tell my brother and sister, you don't have to go outside for these keys. The brotherhood is right here, with all due respect. You don't need to go to no lower level science, and you're dealing with 99 degrees, your brother, that can reveal all the signs and the symbols. We don't have to give homage and just give credit to those that's left the flesh, all the martyrs. I'm here in the flesh as well, bringing a divine message and a warning to those that may not understand at this second. And when you look at this last pictorial I want to show as we close in this demonstration, because there's much more, I don't want to stay too far on it. It's photos of crystals made from water exposed to the word cosmos in Japanese, English, and German, and also a crystal form using a photograph of the earth. So when you look at cosmos in Japanese and in English, look at the similarity. Look at the similarity. Cosmos in German, all the crystals are similar with clearly formed crystals. It appears that the principles of the cosmos transcend language differences. I told you in the biblical scripture, language differences. It's not saying cosmos. It's not saying constellations. The language difference is what? It's telling you that the same word is Mazarah. And when I tell you that the same thing is above is below, when I teach you the constellations in the biblical scriptures, Mazarah, you will have a clear understanding, because everything is named in the Bible perfectly, beautifully. You're just not being taught right. This is a new awakening. Thank you for the donation. I got to keep saying what my homie said. He said, everybody went to church and go donate to that and say they don't learn nothing, sheep. And they come here every week on your page because I'll be writing everybody down. Do people donate? We want them to. We're going to keep it positive, though. But gratitude for the thought. We're going to keep it all the way positive. And that's what we want to do. When people do, they do. When they don't, I still want to show them that this is a safe place. So when you get in the habit of doing, you will do. Because we're going to do something amazing. But it appears that the principles of the cosmos transcend language differences. So in the biblical text, when you see Mazarah, you're going to understand the cosmos. As I break it down further and further in demonstrations, I'm going to give you the Gnostic understanding. I'm going to give you the esoteric meaning of everything. I'm going to give you the Kabbalistic speaking, the Sephirots. I'm going to give you all the signs and symbols that represent what? A perfect penta. Arm, leg, arm, head. You know? And the crystal is beautiful, but when we can't help but notice that it is a little deformed, if not for this deformity, it will be as beautiful as any complete crystal. So the last demonstration I want to show you is what happens when water is exposed to music. Remember, water has vibrations. All this stuff is a connectivity, is a synchronicity. When you look at this photograph, it's produced when glass bottles of water were placed between two speakers. When glass bottles of water were placed between two speakers. So remember, when I talk about Beethoven, the symphony, number 5, all these different vibrations, like this can be taught. A lot of things I listen to at night when I go to sleep, like certain things I just have to be into. A God have to do God things. I love regular things, but a lot of people say I'm boring. My life is boring. That's okay. Beethoven, Symphony number 6, pastoral. When you look at the other symbol, look at these beautiful crystals. Kind of look at like the Ethiopian cross a little bit, don't it? Beethoven music resulted in fanciful crystals with great detail and exactness, creating a healing effect. And all these vibrations and all these bass drums, everything I can show you, come from all African instruments used with the hand. I'm telling you. Even Mozart, when I show you these other things, Symphony number 40, this beautiful crystal reflects the beautiful. and the beauty of this piece of music. The crystal seems to indicate the unreserved way Mozart lived his life. Now, what you think Mozart was? Mozart, it's not who you think it was. I guarantee you when I start showing you the real research and Beethoven, the real history of these people that really did this music, because nobody else had the skills like these. That's why in a certain part of art, things were whitewashed, with all due respect. But I can show you the history, just like Russian icon, just like when I talk about Alex Pushkin, just like when I talk about Angelo Solomon, the first Moorish Mason. Air on the G string. Look at air on the G string. And this flowing melody by Bach in his famous arrangement for violin and piano is well represented by this crystal. You see this? Copping, the etude in the E major. Chopping, the prelude in D flat major. Look at these beautiful crystals. Piano music seems to create a droplet-like crystal. Look at the crystals. The Swan Lake. So that top crystal indicates a swan, while the rainbow colors of the bottom crystal seems to represent the light of hope, perhaps affected by the story of the Swan Lake. We almost finished. The Beatles, Yesterday. Now remember, when I showed y'all Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering, remember everything I talk about, when people think this high science, this is what can be brought back to our brothers and sisters. I got much more. I'm telling you, where nothing has to be sacred. We can have our real brotherhood. We don't need to take an oath to some beneathness. I'm telling you, all you have to do is be initiated with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice and wisdom. The Orthodox form was unexpected. Perhaps this is a result of the song being a favorite throughout the world. Elvis Presley, Heartbreak Hotel. As if it mimicked the song, the crystal is divided into two parts. But we're talking about a certain rhythmic vibration in these songs. I'm telling you, the Bud Powell, Cleopatra's Dream, modern jazz from 1950s created this beautiful crystal, indicative of the healing qualities of this music created during a period of turmoil. Remember when all this stuff going on? Ha! Who? What did it hear for? Ha! It's on a certain vibration. It's on a certain wavelength. It's just certain things in calamity. It's certain songs that's going to operate on a certain vibration. That's like when I tell everybody, check out Towers Riley and Lucky Dubé. This is the result of loud music full of angry and vulgar lyrics. The result is similar to that created by Yu-Fu, indicating that water responds more to words than to music. Did you hear what I just said? We got a couple more. You see spring, you see autumn, you see summer, you see winter. So you see the vividity, which is the what? The four seasons. And the four seasons are well represented by the crystals, the blossoming of spring, the flowery summer, the promise of new life in mature fall, and the quiet steadiness of the winter. So I found a little autumn from a Japanese nursery song. You see this symbology? Red dragonfly from a Japanese nursery song. The words I found, a little autumn, resulted in small crystals with grains that look like fallen leaves, and the crystal resulting from red dragonfly could be interpreted as 6 dragonflies with their petal-like wings spread open. So look at this Christology, because we're about to wrap it up. I want you to get this in your hippocampus. Look at the blooming tangerine trees on a hill. All these colors are symbology. The color of this crystal changes every 10 seconds, showing that water also breathes. And perhaps changing of the center to red indicates the changing color of the tangerine. So all in the biblical scripture is in there. All this, what I'm saying, is in your biblical text. What you think indigo mean? What you think all these colors in the biblical scriptures represent? What you think all these biblical scriptures in the biblical scripture represent chakras and the constellation, all these different things that's named. So I always give you this. I'll give you just a small tittle of the harmful electromagnetic waves, because samples of distilled water and water shown the words love and gratitude were placed next to televisions, computers, and mobile telephones, and heated by microwave ovens. Listen to this. So you see the different symbology. You see what happens when you put this next to a television. What happens to this beautiful crystal when you put it next to a television, and you see how it be dispersed. This is not osmosis. Continue, look how the crystal, look how it be dispersed. Look at the computer. The water sample show love and gratitude on the left, created more complete crystals than the distilled water samples on the right. So this would indicate that moderation is needed with television and computers. Remember, the key to sustainability is moderation. Look at everything. Everything is moderation. Everything, from the phone to the this to all that. That's why I tell everybody you must get in nature. You are sun-kissed. Look what the microwave does. The distilled water heated in the microwave results in a crystal similar to the created by the word Satan. That's why people need to see this stuff when they say they don't understand this. And I say, well, you're going to understand nature. And if you're a physicist, and if you're dealing with science, and if you're dealing with me, you're going to understand what I'm saying, because I operate on a whole nother level. And the water exposed to the mobile telephone can't be much better for your body. Water shown a wholesome television show, and this beautiful crystal is made from water, shown a program about the mysteries of life, showing that the danger of electromagnetic waves changes with the content of the information. Just like if we use this same thing, if we use this water symbology, and I'm speaking of this beautiful symbology, and I'm speaking of this, the crystal formation would be some beautiful. Why? Because the words that I'm saying, the image, the information that I'm giving, why? It's making an imprint. Why? Because it's the content of what? The information. You got to remember, a lot of other things is going to be stuff that's been prayed over as I close, and different levels of this demonstration that I want to give. I want to stop right there. But I want to thank those, especially everybody that just emailed me and says, man, thank you, man, for what you do. And this small donation I want you to have, and we're going to continue to help. Just gratitude for everyone, man. It's like I said, if people want to donate, if you don't, but if you do, I encourage you. All my information is on my handle, and please send me your email so I can send you gifts. And like I said, man, do anybody got any questions as we close? Do anybody got any questions?
No questions necessarily, but just always gratitude for the demonstration and for the information. Just always continuously and consistently being a light.
Gratitude to you, Brian. Gratitude to you and what you got going on in your family. And you being light, and you being one of the youngest nobles on here, and a father, and just your growth of understanding and the light that you're going to be able to put back out here in the world as we continue to grow, man. Just thank you for being with me, man, for over 5, 6, 7 years. Man, we're going to continue to be family, and we're going to continue to grow, and we just scratching the surface. And so I really hope that everyone here on social media and TikTok and YouTube, I hope you all subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube channel. I hope you all subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have it on your heart and you can, I really hope you donate to our Temple and School, because we use this to do good things. We use it to spread the word. We're getting ready to come out with our own monthly newspaper of information and sources of information, like an Angie's List. I'm still working on it. It's taken a while, so people can be able to call these places and sources of information, people that I know, people that I feel that's right. So if you want like tarot card reading, or if you want your self readings, I'm going to have certain individuals that I feel that I trust in the spirit, so people can trust and reach out to, like an Angie's List. you know. And I just really hope that brothers and sisters continue to support us and see what we got going on, and support our library, support all what we got going on, and use me as a source. And with that being said, once again, I say love, honor, and respect. And I want to give gratitude to my mom. I know she on here. I want to give gratitude to my father, you know, because they always trusted me, my empress, everyone that supported me from the beginning, man. Like, I've been on this journey for years. I just have to say that. Like, I tell people to Google me. I've been doing this way long before social media. All my muftis know it. Even when I had my job, when I was working in my soup store, when I was mentoring and tutoring, I've been doing this forever. In my city of Flint, in Michigan, I've been a divine minister for years. And I just thank my family for supporting. But now it's time to go to the next level, y'all. Why? Because we can. And I know we can. Why? Because it don't hurt none of us. We just don't know what we can do because we steady giving things away. We're not being educated, and all we got to do is be re-educated and take what we're given, thinking we're getting something in return, and then send it to that, you know, and watch us build something beautiful for we all can be stakeholders so we can have something. And that's all I say, man. But I'm so full with energy and I'm so full with gratitude. I'm just ready for my people to wake up as a people. I'm ready for us to wake up. It's the grand awakening. It's the grand awakening, man. And I just want to say, man, thank you to my mom, especially. I want to still everybody send special prayers out to my mom. I just feel like I have to do that. But man, my mother vibration high, my vibration high, our family vibration high. And as we continue to go through the world, man, this is what we need. I just believe we need the voice for the people so people can come together and have something. You know, with all honor and all respect to all my muftis and just all of y'all. I have to say that, man. Hell, we can't be afraid. But I'll go on, and I don't want to go on anymore. So Malik, can you give us our Moorish American prayer?
Absolutely. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. His holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Ashay, Shalom Alakim, Ash'ar, Islamism. Peace, 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 peace.
Anybody got our
Peace, peace,
benediction?
peace, 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 peace.
If not, I got it. If anybody don't have our benediction. Said no, I got it. If anybody don't have it, let me know. I'm gonna get started.
Yeah, go ahead, Sheik.
Okay. So our benediction, it reads, may the benison of Allah, and when we say Allah, as Malik said, it means arm, leg, arm, head, perfect pentagram, nothing outside of ourselves. So may the benison of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou should strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thy acts upon love, and we should do our best to bestow this on all our brothers and sisters. And we should do everything to shun all evil and evil ones. We must remember to take the suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that we all might nourish the souls of all men, women, and children, regardless of creed, sex, race, and caste. Let the truth be thy shield in the manifest battles of falsehood. We all should know that we never need to pick the lock to the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft. For behold, the keys to salvation already rest within our own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconstancy, there is still the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah, may Buddha, may Yahweh, may Confucius, whatever name you give glory. Because we understand, may it protect you, may it guide you, may it preserve you, may it lengthen your age, and may it give you everlasting peace. El Rahman, El Rahim, Yahak, Yamuhamid, Ashe, Shalom Alaikum, peace, 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 peace. Hotep. Amen. And thank y'all for your time and everyone that support the BBT. I give y'all love and peace, 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 peace,
Peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace.
peace, peace. Take us out, Noble B.
It's on.
Peace.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading fundamental. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your teas at My Son's Teas, the tea of teas, divinely prepared at herbsofmyaunt.com. Be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Bay at bhbaymusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out mooreshaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Moores drip, be sure to check out mooresachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
No such thing as failure, baby. Don't forget who made you. You can't be thinking minor when you need to be thinking major. They made you think they saved you, but can't nobody save you. And